All right, what is up, everyone? Let's make this a little bigger so you guys could see. Today we're going to go through Opardin Clanfather, the new fusion. They haven't had actually much information, but just wanted to go through how to get your points and how to be efficient at getting these points. So as you see right there, which is actually kind of cool, they put this pictorial up, which is a little different than they normally do. But you get 155 shards in total. So you only need 100 to summon him. So at the end of the day, you can pre-see the schedule and figure out which tournaments or events you actually want to push and which tournaments or events you're going to skip. Alrighty, so as you see here, let's zoom in a little, but 55 shards for tournaments, just for completing the tournaments. By leading, being in the leaderboard, first and or second place gets you 40 additional shards, and then the events themselves is 60. So at the end of the day, you have 15 shards. If you don't place first or second, and you just do the tournaments and the events, you have 15 shards that you can skip over to get your 100. Alrighty, so what does that actually look like? So starting today, we have our spider tournament, which is 5 shards for the second last reward, I believe it was. So relatively easy to do. So all of these tournaments, most of these tournaments, I should say, are relatively easy to do. The events are much easier if you have the resources, the time, and are willing to put the effort in. So spider and champion training. So the champion training here is only 6,500 points, I believe it was, in order to get the 10th frag. Otherwise it's 5, I think it's 3,000 something. So that's only a handful of champions to, only a handful of champions in order to get to 6-star. So if you want to, my recommendation is Tuesday starts clan versus clan. Wait until doing these tournaments on Tuesday. The cool thing is there's also an artifact enchanting event on Tuesday. So, you get points for clan v clan at artifact enchanting, upgrading your champs, and then killing spider. And then the good thing is on Wednesday, we also start dungeon divers. So Wednesday is actually a great day. It's the second day of clan versus clan. We still have champ training, we still have artifact enchanting, but now you're actually getting double the points from spider and from dungeon divers. So just on Wednesday alone would be a great day to really focus all your energy and effort and go from there. Now as Thursday rolls around, we're going to start our dragon. So dragon's also another one. We still have dungeon divers to finish off, and champ training and artifact enchanting as well. So artifact enchanting is relatively easy. I pretty much do it with like 10 to 15 mil silver, and can pretty much complete an artifact enchanting. Plus 8, everything. You can plus 12 a bunch of stuff. Plus 16 all your current gear that's on your champs. Good time to do that. And then we have on Friday starting Champ Chase and Classic. So Champion Chase is actually a little trickier. It's based on RNG. You get points based on the type of champions you pull. So you pull an epic champ versus a Lego champ, they're different points. So if you get real lucky and pull multiple legendary champions, that's where you get your points here. But 20 points is actually quite a bit. So as we talked about, we only need 15 difference. That's one that's almost a deal breaker. So summoning those champions is something that you might want to do. And then of course Classic Arena is quite easy to do. Now coming on Monday, January 24th, there's a new champ training event. So I would recommend save resources on the first event for the tournament. The tournament's probably going to be a little harder to do. I would think it's anywhere, probably 6,000 plus, closer to 8,000 is my guess, of where the shards will actually fall for this tournament. So for those 5, that would be one that you might want to skip, considering there's go heavy on the event, get your 10, and then skip over on the 5, because why not? Fire Night. So all of the tournaments, Ice Golem, Fire Night, it just takes the energy, the shards. You got to think you're going to have a weekly reset, one in here and one in here. So that'll get you 3-4 free resets as well. And depending where your monthly timer is, might get you some free shards as well as Doom Tower, depending on where you are. So that's it. And then Classic. So an easy 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 just from the tournaments. All right, and then down here, a little challenging, but you could probably do it for 10. So there's 40, Artifact 50, Dungeon 60, Dungeon 70, Artifact, 10, 15, can't count, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50 down here, 55, 60, easy. Dungeon Divers in Artifact number 3, 70. So you are left with 30 shards that you gotta look to push. Now, this summon event is based on the types of shards you pull. 500 for a Legend Sacred Shard, 20 for Ancient Shard, I believe it's 120 for a Void Shard, and then 1 for the green shards. So you gotta kind of see what's worth it in this summon rush. Or you use your shards for the Champ Chase. Tournament wise, you're looking at where am I going to find 30 points in here. So if you could push that Champ Chase tournament here and here, which they might overlap, I have a feeling one's going to end when the other ones start, so they don't. Sorry, Champ Training is over here. That's the one we're going to skip. So I would recommend the Champ Chase, pull your shards that you're holding in the summon pool, and maybe you have to win 1 or 2 tournaments, and then you actually save yourself from skipping this summon rush event altogether. So depending on where your shards are coming from, you might have to push a little harder on tournaments to get in first or second place in order to get those bonus 5 shards. As you see, leaderboard, there's 40 shards just for coming in first, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So that's first, I believe it's first or second place. You get a 40 bonus. So pick the tournament that you want, pick the events that you want, look ahead. As for the champion himself, so here he is, Opardin Clanfather. It looks pretty cool. Looks like from God of War kind of character from there. But double hitter A1, 50% chance, booked up to 65% chance for a 5% turn meter decrease, and then a 50% chance to fill this champ's turn by 5% as well. So pretty cool skill. Attacks all enemies, always a good idea. Heals by 10% of the max HP. The cool thing is he is an HP based champion with quite a bit of HP base to start. So you get this guy at 100k, he's healing his whole team for 10k. If they're under a continuous heal, it's 15,000 heals potentially that he's putting out with this AoE book to 3 turns, which is pretty cool. Then you add the 10% heal on top of that, right? So you're looking at quite a bit of healing that he can do. Now his passive does put out a continuous heal and a turn meter fill. Every time continuous heal heals an ally, it fills the turn meter. Now this is where he places the turn meter. You can remove block buffs and heal reduction. So this is actually great for Hydra. When you got the head that pushes your buffs back at you, block buffs you're probably going to have on the bosses, and heal reduction they put on you as well. Those two you don't want to have on Hydra. So this is actually a good skill. The one thing you got to be careful with is it places a continuous heal which can be stolen, which means the heads are healing themselves. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. But if you are healing yourself and removing those blocks, then you're adding that additional heal. Now, if you pair yourself with somebody that does continuous heal, the skill doesn't say it has to be done by Opardin. It can be done by anyone else. So anyone that places a continuous heal, you revive with a Duchess, and they all have continuous heal on them. He's gonna, as long as he's on the team, will increase the heal when they get their turn, or when he gets his turn and he uses that skill. So pretty cool. Now, in saying that, he's by far not one of the greatest champs. The unfortunate part is we don't know if there's actually going to be content, if he's going to turn into, get buffed shortly after that. They've done that. Put out a champ and buffed him later on, or put out a champ and nerfed him later on. So it's going to be something that you might want to double check. You might want to just casually push and go from there. But at the end of the day, plan your skills accordingly and see where on the tournament or the event you want to push. All right, that's it for today. I thought this was a pretty cool graphic, so I figured I'd kind of go through it. It really helps to see the overall picture rather than the list of dates, and then you got to figure out what's overlapping, what's on when. This is actually a great tool to see what's happening at what time and go from there. All right, everyone. Catch you on the next video. Take care.